Hello, everybody. I'm Chef Sebastian Carosi, better known as the Short Order Cannabis Revolutionary. And today we are here with Nancy and Sarah Moss from Graham Magazine, or better yet, Grassroots America Magazine, as I like to call it. How you doing, you guys?
Good.
Good. How are you?
Good. Are you guys ready to make this crab cordyceps and Kief soup today?
Yeah, it sounds so good. I can't wait.
I'm
We
excited.
have all of our ingredients out here. First of all, let me thank both of you. Nancy, first you, and Sarah, second you. Sarah, you've got the cojones to step up and make the soup. Yeah! And Nancy, you got to be thanked because as the editor and founder of Graham Magazine, you've given us all a platform to educate people about clean cannabis consumption through food, which is hugely important for me. So thank you to both of you.
And did you know that Florida just signed our edibles bill the other day? So we
Your gummies
yesterday.
Not the other day, yesterday.
Your gummies bill, you guys have signed a gummies bill in Florida?
Yes, they
Right
did.
on.
But again, they have to be made by the vertical licenses.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully everybody in Florida will beat the street and let everybody know that they want more than gummies. They do want edibles that are beyond the sugar-laden products because, as we all know, we recreationalized and medicalized cannabis under the auspice of medicine. So for me to see all these gummies on the shelf, it's really discouraging because sugar causes cancer. You know, cannabis is a cancer combatant.
Sugar feeds cancer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. All right, so we have all the ingredients.
something healthy.
Yes, making healthy ingredients, and that's the good thing about this soup that we decided to make is you guys are in a place where you have crab available to you. I'm in a place where I have crab available to me. We have Dungeness crab here in the Pacific Northwest. This is a 5-pound can of Dungeness crab. These go for around $250 when it's not in season. But so you can use whatever crab you want. You can use whatever vegetables you want, but this is just kind of a standardized recipe that we put together with Magical Butter. And hey, again, I got to thank Magical Butter. Being able to do a soup single-handedly in a unit that's pretty much self-contained. I mean, Sarah, we made a week ago, we made the tincture or cannabis olive oil in the MB2E. So we already have that available. That's kind of in our pantry already, right?
Yep.
And the addition to the soup, we're going to add a little bit more cannabis. We're going to add some decarboxylated Kief because it is a crab, cordyceps, and Kief soup. So I have my decarb Kief here as well. My Kief is from Dawa Kief. I got to thank those guys for the Kief. They sent me 3 grams of Kief. And the other important ingredient is the cordyceps. You have your cordyceps powder or cordyceps wool, Sarah?
I do.
And cordyceps are hugely important. Cordyceps are known as an adaptogen. And when we talk about adaptogens, we want to get as many of those adaptogens or healing plants that we can into our body. These are plants with more than one healing power or property. The stinging nettle is an adaptogen. I think that we've gone far beyond considering kale an adaptogen, but I like to think of the other wild things as an adaptogen. Lion's mane mushroom, an adaptogen. Bear's tooth, those type of things, and the cordyceps. Are these kind of new things to you, Sarah?
Yeah, they're kind of all new to me. I come from a scientific medical background, and it's kind of question everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My thing is that I'm going beyond you. So I don't have a science background. I have a culinary background and a cooking background, a farming background. My dad was in the medical industry. My mom was a nuclear engineer. So you can imagine what was going on in the household. Me becoming a chef, they were both pissed, I'm sure. But I wanted to cure people and I wanted to help people. And I wanted to go back to that word that we all started with. That word was restaurant. The word restaurant got started by the French word restorative, which was to restore your body with sustainable ingredients. So I don't want to shy with fast foods and all that. I want to add pure ingredients, the most unadulterated organic ingredients. And I go for organic ingredients. Sometimes people think price is a factor. My theory on that is 30 cents more now for an organic onion or broccoli is a hell of a lot better than $30,000 for gastric bypass or anything like that later. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So the one of the other ingredients besides the Kief is the cannabis olive oil or cannabis tincture that we made. And for me, it was really simple. We made this together last week. We decarboxylated a bunch of cannabis. We added the cannabis decarboxylated to our magical butter machine with some olive oil. Avocado oil is what you and I did. You can use avocado oil, MCT oil. I don't recommend MCT oil because it's a medium chain triglyceride, excuse me. Where for me, I think the fat at room temperature coconut oil has got a little bit more health benefits for us. And then I added that into the magical butter, and so did you, machine. And we came out after a while with a beautiful tincture or olive oil or avocado oil to use in any application you want. You can take it by the teaspoon, by the milligram. If you have checkers, you can check to see the potency so that you know what you're getting every day, and that's hugely important. Sarah, did you do that with your tincture?
I did that. I put it in our tea checker and it registers out at about 3 milligrams per milliliter. So I put about 3 milliliters in my smoothie every morning, and then I'm good to focus for the day.
I love that. And you found a particular strain that you thoroughly enjoy that, excuse me, that works really good for you for daily focus and to combat whatever it is that might just keep you unfocused for the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's hugely important, hugely important. I'm glad you found a cultivar that works like that for you. All right, so the soup is fairly simple. Like I said, it's crab, cordyceps, and Kief soup. And the ingredients, I'm gonna go through the ingredients really quickly. These ingredients can also be found on Get Graham or Graham Magazine, on their Instagram page later, on Magical Butter's page. I'm sure everybody will have it everywhere. I'll post it later too, so that everybody's able to make it whenever they feel like comfortable making it. But the ingredients are really simple. It's 1.5 cup of crab meat. We're gonna use 3/4 cups in the soup, and we're gonna use reserve 3/4 cup for a garnish as a crab salad later. Make it real fancy, bougie crab salad. It's 2 tablespoons of cannabis infused olive oil, 1/4 cup of onion. I like to use sweet onion, preferably. 3 cloves of garlic, crushed. 1/4 cup of celery, chopped. 1/4 cup of carrot, chopped medium diced. 1 cup of potato of your choice. You could use a waxy or a starchy potato. I chose to use white Yukon Gold potatoes for mine. And then 1 cup of roasted red peppers. I used Pakia, an heirloom lipstick pepper that was roasted. I just happen to be growing them, so I have them around. 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, 1 tablespoon of cordyceps. And again, those cordyceps are hugely important. The adaptogen in this, other than the cannabis, the 2 adaptogens in this. And then 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of fresh ground pepper, 2 pinches of fennel seeds, 2 pinches of red chili flakes, 1/2 or 1/4 teaspoon of Old Bay. Old Bay, hugely important in seafood dishes. 2 tablespoons of parsley, rough chopped. I chose to use the Italian parsley because of my last name. I can't do anything with early stuff. And then 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, fresh thyme leaves, and 3 cups of water or fish stock. That's it for the ingredients. Did you have all those ingredients ready, Sarah?
I did. I had the crab in my freezer and they're all ready to go.
Sweet. And you got the crab meat out of your shell and it's just meat, right?
I did. I had some Alaskan king crab that has been sitting in the freezer. Yeah.
You are actually taking this soup to another level.
Heck yeah.
I love that. All right, so my magical butter machine, you got your magical butter machine ready, is right here. And basically what we're gonna do is that we're just gonna go start going through the ingredients from the top. But I will tell you one thing about this machine, and one thing I like to do first is I like to put the liquids in first. So we're gonna add our 3 cups of water. If you've got that ready, Sarah, we're gonna add our 3 cups of water first, because we want that we want things to be easily mixed in the magical butter machine. And from that, I'm also going to add my 2 tablespoons of cannabis oil because they are considered a liquid as well.
Okay.
I've got my cannabis oil in there. I've got my water in there. How are you doing over there?
Good. Mom, where did you put the tablespoon?
It's right next to you. Oops. It's okay.
See, this is the great part about editing is that I can edit all of this. Where is the tablespoon out?
Well, like it was right here.
I know it's things have been disappearing.
Sous chef, where is it at?
So chef. Thank you.
Damn. Like it's gone. I got it, and it was sitting.
I think I have a spirit playing with me.
Sitting next to it, to the Jeez.
I just want to let you know that I go through hell trying to get this stuff ready, and it's so fun watching YouTube because it makes me relax so much.
It was right next to me the whole time.
If she just set her hand down on the counter, she'd have hit it.
Okay, I have my tablespoon.
We've got our 2 tablespoons of cannabis oil and our 3 cups of water in our magical butter machine, correct?
Working on it.
Okay.
Smells so good.
Got it?
Yep.
All right, and then I laid out in front of me my garlic cloves, my onion, my celery, my carrots, my bell peppers, roasted peppers, my potato, and my crab. Do you have a cutting board handy, or are you cutting boardless?
I'm cutting boardless. I have everything in little containers ready to go.
Okay, perfect. Take your garlic and add your garlic to the machine.
Okay.
3 cloves of garlic. Add your 1/4 cup of celery. Quarter cup of onion. Quarter cup of carrot as well. And then you're also going to add your 1 cup of potato.
Okay.
Are you getting all this in there?
Yep.
And then after the potato, I'm going to add my crab. This is my 3/4 cup of crab.
Okay. Ask him if that should be chopped.
And then we're going to add,
Should the crab have been chopped?
so what you want to do is that, can you break it apart with your hands a little bit?
Yeah.
If you can break it apart with your hands and you have a towel handy, just break it apart with your hands. But the more you've broken it up, the better, because it'll puree a little bit smoother in the end.
Okay.
And then let's add our 1 cup of bell peppers, roasted red bell peppers. I use the Kief peppers or the lipstick peppers. They're just an heirloom variety, that's all. You can use any kind of roasted bell peppers. Sarah said she's not too huge of a fan of bell peppers, but I'll tell you what, with this soup, it lends a beautiful, beautiful flavor in the long run for the soup. This hugely beautiful red flavor. I'm just going to give those a little chop right there, and then it's a full cup of roasted red bell peppers. So I need to add a little bit more. These are really cute, guys. These are called lipstick peppers. They're an heirloom pepper from Spain. The name is Pescatarians. And they are so delicious. I actually like to stuff them with crab. So on another segment, if you can find these peppers, Sarah, we can do a stuffed crab appetizer, and you will love it because we'll put it with the cannabis chimichurri sauce. Oh my goodness, off the hook.
Okay. Yeah. And we didn't have tomato paste, but we cooked some tomatoes down.
Oh, I wasn't.
You tomato paste? Oh, will you grab the tomato paste for me in the freezer too and put it in the freezer in a log?
Okay.
Yep, so you have the tomato paste you're getting ready to add right now?
Yes.
I getting my tomato paste. And you also have your spices, your dry spices ready?
I do.
Okay, so we're gonna add, get your spices ready. Like 2 pinches or so, or a pinch, however like much heat you like, of the red pepper flakes.
Okay.
Fennel seeds. I like a little bit of extra fennel, so don't be shy with the fennel. I'm actually gonna put 2.5 pinches of fennel in mine. Tomato paste fairy is awesome. Thank you very much. Two tablespoons of tomato paste I added right in there. You are you still following along, Sarah?
Yep.
Okay, so we also need to add our Old Bay, which is a 1/4 teaspoon of Old Bay. You can add a little bit more if you'd like. It's totally up to you. Old Bay is that classic seafood seasoning that everybody's used to, especially with crab. Salt also, our teaspoon of salt. Sea salt if you'd like. And a 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper. About 15 to 25 grains, I think, is a 1/2 teaspoon. But if you got it already ground, just add it right in there.
There we go.
I'm gonna add, are you able to add your decarboxylated Kief also, Sarah?
I am.
Okay. I'm gonna add my cordyceps right now. You have your cordyceps?
I do. I have a powder. So how much do I do?
So I would add a 1/2 tablespoon of powder since you have powder. But I tell you what, do you have enough powder to add a full tablespoon to your soup?
Oh, yeah.
So add a full tablespoon. The more, the better. I'm telling you. The more you get this into your system, the better. And the more it stays there and continually gets into your system, the better.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not the right way to do it, but it's okay.
Okay, you got your cordyceps in there?
Yeah, I was adding 2 tablespoons on accident.
Yeah, no, leave it. It's fine. If you got them, do it. The thing with cordyceps being that it's our adaptogen is they're highly expensive sometimes, and the more the better. Like I'm saying, the more the better. But you don't want to turn it into a full cordyceps soup. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then we're going to add our parsley and our thyme leaves. 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. Thank you, Sous Chef Nancy, for chopping that.
Thank you.
And then you're gonna pull the.
And then our fresh thyme, I'm just pulling the leaves off of the stem and adding them in there too.
Okay. So tiny. Is this what it's supposed to look like?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the edited version of this. You guys are awesome.
She just asked if the.
I'm like, it's so tiny. Is this what thyme is supposed to look like?
What's that?
The time.
Thyme, yep, it's fine. 1/2 teaspoon of thyme. It's really weird because this is actually a 1/4 teaspoon measure. And you would really be amazed if you put, say, Aleppo pepper, which this recipe originally has, is instead of the red pepper flakes, it has a pepper from Syria called Aleppo red pepper flakes. And it makes this soup almost unbearably spicy with just a 1/4 teaspoon.
Wow.
So yeah, it's really important, especially when you're doing things self-contained in units like this. You really want to measure your ingredients out because the overall outcome depends on everything you put in it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Okay. Is that it?
And so if you are making this soup and you have some terpenes, I wouldn't add the terpenes now, but what I would do is wait on, we do a 5-minute cycle when this soup is finished just to puree it a little smoother. I would hold off and add your terpenes then. If you have a cannabis product like Fairwind's Sriracha and you want to spice your soup up a lot more, I wouldn't add this now either because it's going to go through an hour of cooking. The Kief is okay. The cannabis olive oil, it's okay. But these two things, a little bit too much volatility on them, I would wait till the end on that. So it looks like we've got all of our ingredients except for the 1 cup of dairy alternative or half and half or heavy cream that we would put in the end, which would be in our second part.
Okay.
We've got all those ingredients in there, correct, Sarah?
Yep, they're all in and ready to go.
All right, and then all we're gonna do is you're gonna kind of wiggle your magical butter machine's head on.
Okay.
You're gonna wiggle your magical butter machine's head on. Don't plug it in yet. But wiggle its head on.
Okay.
Feel the ingredients getting down there. And then you can plug it in, and you see some lights working.
Yep.
All right, what you want to do is you want to set your temperature to 160 degrees. And you want to set your time for 1 hour.
Okay.
And then like that hugely famous guy that was like, set it and forget it. Realistically, you basically already made your soup.
Okay.
Right now, we could walk away from this soup and come back in an hour and things will be ready to go. So I'll see you guys in about an hour or so, and we'll get the garnishes made for the soup and plate our soup up and see if we can make a really nice crab, cordyceps, and Kief soup. See you guys in a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. It sounds like our magical butter machine is going off. Sarah, it sounds like your soup is almost done.
Smells so good.
Oh yeah, I'm glad that you you got smell-o-vision too. Okay, so you can turn your machine off, unplug it, and open your machine. When you open it, be careful, don't stick your face down in there. And let's get a spoon so that you can see what your soup looks like. How's it look?
Oh, I didn't know it'd be this color.
So do you think you want to add some dairy alternative or dairy, or do you want to leave it like it is? Taste it.
I want to leave it like it is.
All right, let's leave out the dairy because when you do the dairy alternative or dairy, sometimes it thins the soup out. And if you don't have a ton of potato in it, it's not going to be a real thick soup. This is more on the lighter side of soup because we want to eat a little bit more of the crab salad that comes with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're just gonna leave this and we're gonna get to our crab salad. If you want to get your you have all your ingredients for your crab salad. You have a little bowl to mix it in, right?
I do.
And you should have 3/4 cup of crab left from your soup.
Okay.
And I'm going to go through the ingredients for the garnish really quick because it's a really simple crab salad. And basically what it is 3/4 cups of crab, 1 tablespoon of parsley chopped fine, 1 tablespoon of chives chopped fine. If you don't have chives or parsley or the chive blossoms, use whatever herbs you like. You can use whatever fresh herbs, cilantro. You can use tarragon. You can use realistically whatever you like and what flavors you like. And that includes in the soup. I know we have parsley and thyme in the soup, but you, by all means, you could add cilantro. You could add just parsley. You could add just cilantro. The other ingredients in this crab salad is going to be another tablespoon of cannabis oil and 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice or lime juice. Realistically, it's up to you, whatever flavor you want.
Got it.
And I squeeze my lemon fresh, so I don't want any pits in it. So I got a little strainer for my lemon. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so mix all these ingredients right in there.
Okay.
A tablespoon of cannabis olive oil or cannabis avocado oil in your case, which is really nice.
Happy we only have to split this between 2 people.
You can have soup. So this in the magical butter machine, this makes about 4 to 6. But if you fill the bowls up, you would have servings for 2. You know what I mean?
Actually, is
So I'm just chopping my parsley and my chives. And if you don't have the chive blossoms, it's okay. Some people have a garden and they're readily available. The chives and chive flowers are readily available.
We did not.
It's okay. That's the good thing about cooking. Cooking's all about you. You don't have to worry too much about it. If you don't have something, just make do with what you got.
I want to eat more soup.
And the one thing I do have, even though we live in an apartment in downtown Vancouver, Washington, is a small herb garden. So I'm able to have some of these. No, I don't mean herb garden. I mean herb garden. So I have these lovely chive blossoms. They're really nice onions. Carla gathered these earlier. For me, it's a nice little pop, nice little addition. I add 1 whole blossom into the salad, and then I'm gonna save 1 to garnish with later. But yeah, and then just mix your crab and your olive oil. And if you have any terpenes, right now you'd add them. You would just add a micro drop of terpenes because those terpenes are distillates and they go a long way. We'll be cooking with terpenes on the next couple segments we got. And then I use the mason jar like I told you after I mix my crab up. And you chopped your crab up a little bit?
Yes.
Cool.
Nice.
And then I just put it in that mason jar. And then if you want to do it in 2 bowls, put it in the mason jar and then do another bowl for your guests that you're having, or 2 or 3 bowls of guests that you're having. I think you guys have a couple of furry critters at the house, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes. Just one. If I had my way, there'd be more.
If Carla would have her way, the house would be full of animals of all types.
I only have I collect rare exotic plants, and I have about 80 plants.
That is very cool. You know what you ought to check out is there are some very important cacti here in this country. You should really look into them.
I will.
I'll give you the names of some of them later. So I've got my bowl, and I'm going to put my crab salad in my bowl.
Can I do this? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And be really careful when you take the top of your magical butter machine off, because it does, you got to kind of set it down in something so that it doesn't make a mess.
Okay.
And we should have a nice bit of this luscious soup. And all this soup really came out good. How's the consistency of yours?
It's
Nice?
Yeah. It's like pureed.
Oh, nice crab soup.
I know.
Nice
I
and
ate
simple.
one bit and I wanted more.
All right, so all you got to do is you got a ladle or something that you can use to get your soup out of there.
Yep. Do I take?
Yeah, take
You
that
can
off.
just take a ladle and start filling the bowls up around the crab salad.
Was I supposed to take the?
Yeah.
No.
What happened?
I
I made a mistake and I just kept going with it.
What's wrong with that? Nothing.
She left the mason jar.
All right.
So now you can have a reveal.
Yeah. Okay. I shouldn't lick my fingers.
You can lick your fingers. You're at home.
If you're
We're on TV during COVID. It's all fine.
Okay. In that case, hold on. Okay.
All right. I got mine ready. Did you see it?
Beautiful.
That's beautiful. Mine's more pale.
Is it? Did you use less? You want to know why I think? Because of the roasted peppers, the lipstick peppers I use.
Uh-huh.
They're deeply flavored. That's the reason why I use them.
Okay.
Regular roasted pepper is
Okay.
really,
you have to.
yeah, get in there. Try it. How is it, Nancy?
Well, I haven't had it bite yet.
Let me do the grand reveal. Are you ready?
Yeah. Pull it off of there.
Hold on.
You
Ta-da!
got some nice crab in there. Now taste it.
I haven't tasted these flavors before, or at least in a
Oh.
very long time.
How is it?
So good.
It's not too spicy.
No, I wasn't sure I would like it because of the red peppers, but it's perfect.
Slight little bits of crab.
Oh my God. It's so good when you get the crab.
Wow. That's delicious.
It's pretty simple, huh?
I made this?
Yeah.
Yes, you did. You gotta thank your sous chef, though.
I know. She did all the hard work.
Mm.
Thank you.
So earlier, Carla, she ran over to a friend of ours who grows some craft cannabis here in Washington, I-502, because, you know, we want to keep everything legal. And we have this company that's called Scored. So Carla liked to come home and say she scored, you know what I'm saying? He sent over some lemon shortbread. And this craft cannabis is grown with some of the best strains in the country, crossed with some of the other best strains in the country. And believe it or not, this pairs with this soup incredibly because it's got these berry tones to it, believe it or not. The terpenes are not lemon like you would think because it's lemon shortbread, but more on the strawberry side of things, which for me, piquant and strawberries always goes good. So we have some of that to smoke or even make a butter or oil to make another super product with. You know what I mean?
Wow. Sounds
I
delicious.
bet it'd be delicious. Yeah.
What Kief did you use?
I
in that
used
soup?
the Girl Scout cookies, Kief.
See, so now remember that you used what cultivar strain of Kief you used because, and even that package of the Kief, it should have said like 760 milligrams per 1 gram.
Mm-hmm.
If you used a quarter of that, then you divide that by a quarter, you get that. Then if you have 4 bowls, divide that by 4, and you'll get what each bowl is medically around it. If you really want to get down to it, use your T-check on the finished product. But I really want to know what the finished products are without guessing all the time.
Right.
So it's huge for me. And somebody like you who's kind of eating for body, mind, and soul, it's like you want to know that you're not like blasting yourself, but you also want to know that if you need a little bit of an extra bowl of soup to make the night a lot easier to go through, well, then an extra bowl of soup is what you're going to have.
That's amazing.
Thank you so much. I'm
This
so
was-
honored.
It was so much
Absolutely.
fun to watch you all cook and see how magical the magical butter machine is. That's crazy.
I have a lot of countertop machines. I have a mixer, I have a coffee maker, I have a microwave to heat water, so on and so forth. But this thing really, and I'm like the skeptic because I'm a chef that's like, I'm never going to use a set it and forget it. But the thing is that when Magical Butter came to me and said, hey, Sebastian, can you make 10 soups or 20 soups in this thing? Well, of course, the chef in me was like, I can make 300 soups. What the hell are you talking about? And then when you get right down to it, if the ratio and formulas for the soups aren't fine-tuned, well, you don't end up with a nice soup.
Right.
And they always said that a man's worth his weight in what kind of soup he can make. So I would say you better make a damn good soup. So the magical butter machine for me, it's like so simple. And it was fun because, you know, at the beginning we were like, okay, we're going to set it and forget it. But realistically, you have the time to do other things, almost like that crock pot. But you've got a way to medicate it and have it medicated and have a pantry of medicated ingredients to use in conjunction with each other.